Hi, welcome back to my channel and happy March. I can't believe that March is here and we're already like, okay, yes, it's the 4th today. I'm recording this on the 4th, but I seriously feel like it just was March 1st. It is just crazy how time just flies. And I know I talked about this in my last video for February, but seriously, it is just flying by. Anyways, yes, there is a different kind of background today. It is my car. We are down a car, so I have been driving my kiddos around to wherever they need to be. And I really just wanted to get this out because what happens is that if I always have these ideas and these thoughts of like, I'm going to record something today, and then I get home and then there's things that need to be done, work that needs to be done, and then it just doesn't happen. So I really didn't want that to happen today. I figured, why not? You know, that way I'm not like risking going back home and then it doesn't happen because whatever reason. So hopefully you don't mind. Yes. Okay, so today I want to talk about, last time for February I did talk about the unfinished projects that I had, and I wanted to find them all and decide whether or not to keep them, you know, finish them up or just unravel them. That was my goal for February, and I was able to go through them, find them all. I just hadn't had the chance to come on here and talk about them. So let's get to it. Okay, yes, I brought all the stuff to the car because I knew I was going to want to do this. So it's not that many though. It's not as many as I thought I was going to have. I think I said about a handful, which is pretty much true. So anyways, the first one I have is probably, I'm not even gonna go in any particular order because I don't remember when I started some of these, but the first one it's, without going into the story, I feel kind of bad. I'm a very bad friend. It's a friend who gave me some yarn that she had purchased, and she wanted to make herself something, but she realized that it just wasn't for her, or she wasn't going to finish it, and so she gave it to me and she goes, hey, can you make me this? And of course I said yes because I knew that I could, but she had also wanted it to be a specific, not a specific design, but she just kind of was hoping for a ribbed look. And this is for the chunky blankets. So the ones, they're kind of popular. It's the chunky knitted blanket, and I'm able to do that, but she wanted more of the rib look, and I am sorry if I'm saying and too much. My thoughts are just, they're here, they're just a little bit all over the place, but it will get better. Okay. The blanket itself isn't hard as far as just doing the basic stitch of the knitted look, but the rib look, the only thing that I didn't like about it is that my tension is off, and it makes it look wonky because some stitches are nice and then some stitches are too loose and some stitches are just too tight, and I don't like it. It's not uniform, and obviously that's maybe more of a me issue, not so much of an issue, but I don't like the way it looks, and therefore I stopped knitting it. And I was hand knitting this. I did also get some jumbo knitting needles because I felt like maybe that would help the situation or it would make it better, but no, I was still having the same issues because as you're purling, it just kind of, you know, it's a little bit, I think it uses a little bit more yarn, and it makes things looser, I believe, at least in my case. I don't know, it just kind of makes it look weird. So even when I was using the jumbo knitting needles, it just still wasn't coming out very nicely. Now, if I were to think back, I was not purling in the way, I'm not even sure what the technique is called, but you know, instead of, anyways, it's the simpler way of purling. I don't know if I was doing that way, and maybe if I try that way, maybe it would come out looking better, possibly, I'm not sure. So anyways, the point is, I need to finish it because even if I can't get the ribbed look, I need to finish this blanket for her so that she can at least have a knitted chunky blanket on her bed or on her couch. I did talk to her about it last year. It has been a year, and she was just saying it was fine. She's like, it was fine. I was just really just giving you the yarn. You can do whatever you want. It wasn't necessarily anything like that you have to but I still feel like, no, that's, I need to give this to you. So anyways, here's what I have had, because it's been sitting for a while. So you can kind of tell that it has that ribbed look, but then you can also just see how uneven it is. And don't mind the fuzzies and everything. This literally has been sitting just, I don't know, in a corner somewhere collecting dust, and it's just bad. It's terrible. I really need to finish this. But you see, I kind of tried to do that rib look, and I don't know. It doesn't sit well with me. So I think I am going to unravel it and just do the basic knit, the basic knit stitch that you see in all, mostly Pinterest, because you do see a lot of them, and it just looks more knitted, knitted on both sides. It just, yeah, that's what I'm going to do, because I know I can do that, and I know I'll be able to achieve that, and the tension should be better. So that is my goal for this one. I like the color that she chose. I think it's very, it's not too white. It's kind of like a creamy white. But yeah, that is project number one. I'm not going to say, or else I'll just keep talking about it. That's pretty much the story with that one. Okay, let's move on. So the next ones, I've kind of talked about a couple of these on my Instagram. And so I kind of had already made those decisions there, and you'll, well, they were on my story, so it's probably gone. But if you follow me there, you'll already know. This one is the Cumulus blouse. I had gotten the pattern from Petite Knit, and it was for the Cumulus blouse. So the only thing about this one, I kind of already, did I start unraveling it? I don't think I think I needed the needles is what it is. I took the needles out because I needed it for a different project. Anyways, she uses 2 strands of mohair, or it was, like mohair and silk, or mohair and something else. This is mohair with wool. And I don't know if it's my first time using mohair, so I'm not sure if there's like a difference in thickness in mohairs or not. But anyways, I was using 2 strands, and I'm just not sure. No, I am sure. I think for myself, because this was supposed to be for me, I think for myself, I should have just used 1 strand of yarn. I feel like 2 is a little bit too thick, and it's not that it doesn't look good. It looks fine. It's just that this, again, it was supposed to be for me, and I just felt like it was too thick for my liking. I felt like I was going to be too hot in it, especially since it has wool. So I just chose to stop, and I think was there another reason? I can't even remember now. I think the main thing was the strands. I was holding 2 strands, and I just thought it was too thick. That's really what it was. I think I'm going to try to use this same yarn and try to do it again, but I don't know now. I'm just kind of like, should I not? I kind of got over it. So I don't know, maybe down the road I might decide, okay, let me try this again, or I want to try, because I do want to make the Cumulus tee. I just don't feel like doing it now. I think, you know how it happens, I'm not sure if this happens to you or not, you kind of feel defeated on a project, or you just kind of feel down about a project because it's not going the way you want it to go, and then I just don't even want to touch it, and I have to kind of get back into it. So I'm not going to keep this one right now. I'm going to totally unravel it and just kind of, stash the yarn and see what happens. I was like trying to hold it here. I'm like all the way up here. Anyways, so we'll see. But yes, this one was a bust. I was excited about it at the beginning, but no, it is just like, if you could feel it, it is so thick. Yeah, this is just the 1 layer. It is so thick, which great. I just feel like it's going to be so warm. And then even when you look at her picture for her pattern, or even on her Instagram or her website, the blouse that she's wearing looks so light. Like, it looks very light and airy, okay? And this does not look airy. It looks very dense. And I know you guys probably can't see it because it's the color black and everything's so hard to see, but you see, I don't know. So anyways, this one is just gonna get unraveled and we'll see what we use the yarn for, you know, in the future. Okay, the next one has been more of a recent thing that I've talked about, and it is the Weekender sweater by Drea Renee Knits. Drea Renee Knits, yes. And I actually have a video on this because I documented the whole process. So I'm not going to really talk too much about it because it is on my channel. But I have decided, because at that point I hadn't really fully decided what I was going to do, but I have decided to just unravel the sweater and try again. And again, this will probably be in the future because I'm not in a hurry to make this one now because I could, because where I live, it can be chilly at any point, and I think this sweater would be amazing for when it's chilly and it's not quite, you know, warm. Because even our summers, you know, our summers aren't, they can be super beautiful and super nice, but then they could also, we could have weekends where it's cold, rainy, gloomy, whatever. So it'd be a great sweater, but I don't think I'm not even gonna try to start knitting it today or tomorrow or anything like that. So yeah, this is the Weekender sweater. I got to the point where it was separating the body from the front and the back body. It's kind of crooked, but you kind of get the point. I have the hem, and then, but then I ended up, yeah, without going into it, because like I said, I talk about it in the other video. But yes, I've just decided to unravel it and move on. Very pretty color though. I love the color. That's why I wanted to make it. It's not to say that I won't use the same color for this sweater, but at the moment, this one is just gonna go back and I am not gonna continue it. Is the whole story. Yeah, let's not spend too much time because we all know I can go on and on. Okay. The next project is this baby blanket that I started. Oh no. Sorry, I was trying to keep everything as nice as possible because I had to fold it. Okay. So this one is a baby blanket. It's called it was called Avalon is, I think, the designer's name. I will be sure to have it on here and link it down below, of course. Not link it, but mention it down below because I can't remember the actual name. But it's a really nice blanket. I love the design. What caught my eye was how there was the little, they're not little arrows, but you know, it's got like this cute texture on the blanket. You can mix and match colors to really make it pop. If you wanted to, like, you could have a dark color, then a light color, or vice versa, light color, and then you just can do so many different ways of making this blanket, right? So it's really pretty. I love that it kept I shouldn't say that it kept my interest, but it did keep my interest while I was working on it. I think what happened is that this project, sometimes I start projects and they're not for anyone specific. It's not for anything specific. I'm just doing a project to have something to do because my hands need to be doing something pretty much all the time. That's knitting and crocheting or crafting. I'm not saying like I want to do dishes or laundry all the time. Of course I have to, but that's not what I mean. Like, I just mean like if I'm sitting watching TV or, you know, just conversating or something, like I want to be working with my hands. That's what I mean. Okay. So I think what happened was that projects came in or orders came in, and so I set this one down because it wasn't for anyone. It didn't have to be done. And I just haven't picked it up since. And so yeah. Oh my goodness, I'm still saying and so much. I'm so sorry. I don't think you guys care, but I care. Because, whoo. So yes, I do. The plan with this blanket is that I plan on finishing it because I mean, I've measured it. Yeah, I think I have maybe 12 inches left on this blanket, so it's not that terrible. Like, I mean, that's not going to take me any time. So I just need to find the time to kind of work on it on the side when I need a break from the other projects that I'm working on that do have a deadline, and just kind of get a row in or 2 rows in, and then over time it will be done, because this one I do, like I said, plan on keeping. Not keeping for myself, but just keeping in the sense of I'm going to continue the project and finish it up. That is my goal. So that's really, I mean, what else? Oh, I honestly forgot what hook size I'm using. So I'm hoping that I can find something in my stories because sometimes I do put that stuff, you know, that information there. But I'm using the Shepgee's Color Crafter yarn. And obviously, I think this color is Arnhem, and this one is Lelystad. I mean, obviously, I'm butchering the names. Sorry, but I'll also have them down below. So yes, this is the colors I'm using. And I like it because it's like camo-like. That was kind of the inspiration that I was taking, was that it was camo-like, and it could be used for a baby whose family loves camping. I don't know. That was just kind of the thought I had. So yes. So I am excited to finish this one. I do want to finish it. I like her blanket pattern. It's just, like I said, I think it was just more of, I set it down because I had other projects that had deadlines. All right. The next one is this amigurumi doll, and it's my it's supposed to be Daisy, Princess Daisy from Mario, and she's supposed to have this, whoa, the yarn almost fell, sorry guys. Okay, turn off that. Okay, so I was doing really good. I was making progress. Again, I think this was probably around the same time, or maybe if it wasn't the same time, it's like the same story. This is just a side project. Doesn't need to be done at any specific time. I was just making it, and I was doing okay, and then I kind of, I don't know. So she's unfinished, and I also think that I'm going to finish her because I was pretty much like, the dress starts like here, and it's, you know, it shouldn't take me that long. I don't know when I'm going to finish her. Hopefully this year is my plan. And also I have to remember where I was. I do remember the needle size. I know that much. I think it was an E. Okay, anyways, Kim, I'll do that later. So yeah, imagine Princess Daisy. But I'll be sure to put the picture of what she's supposed to look like. It's a cute little amigurumi doll. No big deal, right? I do think I messed up somewhere, or maybe used a thicker yarn than I should have. But it's all good because it's still going to look cute. So there's not much to say. I'm using, oh yeah, there's more to say. So I'm using Shepgee's Katona, which is 100% mercerized cotton, in this color, which it doesn't have a color name on here, but I think there is a color name when you go to their website. But this was 105. And then of course I'm using, like, again, I'm not going to know, which is no bueno, because I should be writing. I need to do better about writing down what I'm working on. I was doing it for a minute there, and then I totally stopped doing it, which is not good, because then sometimes I do forget what I'm using and what I'm doing. So I really need to write down, like, the hook size or needle size, the yarn. I need to do better. But yeah. Okay, so that's it for that one. And last but not least, which I think this is the last one because I didn't see any more, and I have been on a purging streak. Just really been trying to clean up our house, our spaces, seeing what we need, what we don't need. So I am pretty sure I got all my unfinished projects, hopefully, because I literally have cleaned and moved things out even. So yeah, I hope I don't have another one because that would be terrible. But anyways, this one I had started a while ago. I think definitely over a year ago. And I thought to myself, you know what? I'm just going to make a scrap blanket. Why not? I have a ton of scraps. I'll just get the same kind of yarn and then just make a scrap blanket. So this is, it used to be longer. I did a crochet, C2C, corner to corner, not crochet, corner to corner blanket, because I figured would look cool. And it was just, you know, I was just kind of whatever, you know, it's scrap yarn. It was going to be whatever. Yeah, I can't even show you. It's not a corner to corner anymore, because what happened is that I needed a specific yarn that I had used. And so I unraveled it because it was, you know, it was attached to this color right here. And it was like, okay, I need that color. So let me move that. And then it happened towards the top too. I needed the color. Did it happen? No. Why is this one intact? I think then this has to go. I honestly don't even know anymore, because I thought I took from both sides, because, you know, it doesn't even look like a corner anymore anywhere. But that's basically what happened, is I unraveled some of it already because I needed yarn that I had already used here. And I don't know what happened. So yeah, so this one I'm just going to unravel, and I'm going to return these back to scrap yarn, you know, and when I am ready again, maybe I'll just try again to do a scrappy blanket, but really kind of get all the colors together, because it goes really fast. I mean, if you've done a corner to corner, I mean, you're really just, it's like you're not even thinking about it, you're just doing. So it does work up pretty quickly. It's just, yeah, it was just that I needed some yarn that was on here, and I unraveled it. And then I just was like, I don't want to do this anymore. And I think, you know, again, it wasn't for anybody specific. It was just to do it. So yeah, I will probably, who knows, maybe I won't unravel it. I mean, I'll have to a point, but I think I may just continue it. But for now, probably no. No, Kim, I think I am going to unravel it. And if I do a scrappy one, like I know that there's those temperature blankets, so maybe I could do that, or maybe I could just do like, I could just pick colors for a week, like weekly colors, and then just kind of do that, and maybe do like a weekly thing of, okay, we'll use one scrap yarn a week, and just as long as I knit or crochet that into it, I'll be good. And after 52 weeks or however many weeks, I should have something, right? That's what I can do. So yes, those are my unfinished whips. Thankfully, like I said, I mean, I do have, this is just for crochet and knitting. I do have sewing whips and cross stitch whips, but that's kind of separate, and I really don't have that many either. I probably could have included them here, but with those, I already knew I was going to keep those. They're just, I need to find the time. It's the time. The time just goes away, and it doesn't always work in my favor. So yes, I think that is all. Thanks so much for watching. Keep on the watch for the March goals, because I will have something up like that in a few days. And yes, I don't know, like, let me know how many whips you have. I hope, like, sometimes I feel like I have too many, but then I feel like I also don't have too many. Like, maybe I could have more. I don't know. So let me know, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. Talk to you later.